The number on your window sticker is not your safe towing limit. It's the number that sold you the truck. Manufacturers test tow ratings under specific conditions: a short run, controlled temperature, a specific grade, for a specific duration. That test does not simulate pulling a loaded trailer for 300 miles in 95-degree heat on a highway with grades. Nobody explained that at the dealership when you signed. Here's what actually happens at your rated limit under those conditions. Your transmission fluid temperature climbs past 240 degrees. Above that point, the fluid protecting every gear in your transmission begins to break down. Every 20 degrees over that threshold, fluid life cuts roughly in half. The transmission doesn't warn you. It just starts dying. Most truck owners find out between 80,000 and 120,000 miles when the transmission fails and the dealer calls it wear. Not a warranty issue. The average replacement bill runs $3,500 to $6,000. The truck did exactly what the sticker said it could do. The sticker just didn't tell you what doing it regularly would cost. This is the towing capacity trap. Here's how the number on that sticker actually gets set. There's an industry standard called SAE J2807. It defines the test procedure manufacturers run to determine and publish a maximum tow rating. The test has real components: a 12% grade acceleration test, a 45-minute idle test at high ambient temperature with the AC running, a highway cruise segment at the rated load. Each of those segments is tested. Each produces data. What the standard doesn't require is a continuous multi-hour sustained towing simulation. A 300-mile haul in summer heat on a route with grades isn't part of the protocol. That kind of use is what millions of truck owners actually do every weekend. The rating that comes out of J2807 is real. It's just not the same thing as a safe limit for regular sustained towing, and the two things are not the same number. Here's where it gets worse. That max tow rating, the one on the window sticker, was measured with the factory tow package installed. The upgraded transmission cooler, the higher capacity radiator, the revised final drive ratio. All of it included in the test truck. Most buyers don't purchase the tow package. They buy the base trim or the mid trim, and they get the same tow rating on the window, the one that was set with equipment they didn't buy. The sticker number doesn't change based on what's actually under your hood. The number is the number, regardless of what you're towing with. The transmission is the first thing that fails when you tow regularly at your rated limit, and the reason is simple: heat. Automatic transmission fluid ATF has a safe operating range of roughly 175 to 200 degrees under normal conditions. That's the window where the fluid does its job, lubricating, cooling, and protecting every gear in the system. Above 240 degrees, ATF oxidation accelerates. The relationship isn't linear. It follows a degradation curve where every 20 degrees over that threshold cuts the fluid's remaining service life roughly in half. At 260 degrees, you're burning through fluid life at 4 times the normal rate. At 280 degrees, 8 times. Factory transmission coolers on base trim trucks without the tow package are sized for normal driving loads. At maximum rated tow weight, sustained over time on grades, in summer heat those coolers don't have the capacity to keep ATF out of the breakdown zone. The tow package exists precisely because the base hardware isn't enough for what the rated number allows. The truck isn't doing anything wrong. It's doing exactly what you're telling it to do. The problem is that the engineering margin between can do this once under test conditions and can do this regularly in real-world conditions isn't printed anywhere on the sticker. A replacement transmission at a dealer runs $3,500 to $6,000 depending on the truck and what unit goes back in. That's the number that lives on the other side of the sticker number nobody handed you. When the transmission fails, and with enough sustained towing at max load, it eventually will. Here's what the conversation at the dealer usually looks like. The truck goes in. The service technician inspects it. The diagnostic report comes back with a finding that reads something like internal transmission wear or fluid breakdown. Not a defect. Not a failure caused by the truck doing something outside its specifications. Wear is not a warranty issue. Most light-duty truck powertrains are covered for 5 years or 60,000 miles. If the transmission fails at 90,000 miles, it's out of the coverage window regardless of what caused it. If it fails at 50,000 miles and the service report classifies it as wear, which fluid breakdown will do, the burden falls on the owner to prove the truck was operated within its published limits. Which it was. Towing at the sticker number isn't misuse. It's exactly what the sticker invites you to do. That argument doesn't automatically win the claim. Manufacturers have warranty language that covers wear events even within the coverage period when the finding supports it. Operated within rated capacity is the owner's defense. Classified as wear based on diagnostic evidence is the manufacturer's position. The two can coexist, and when they do, the claim typically doesn't go in the owner's favor. The truck did what the sticker said. The claim still gets denied. So here's what you actually do about this before the transmission fails, not after. 3 things. In this order. First, use 80% of your rated max as your real sustained towing limit. If your truck is rated for 10,000 pounds, tow 8,000. This isn't timid, it's the load level where most factory cooling systems have enough headroom to keep ATF in the safe operating window during sustained grades and heat. The 80% rule comes from RV and towing industry safety guides, not a manufacturer spec because manufacturers don't publish the sustained safe limit. Only the max. Second, if your truck does not have the factory tow package, add an aftermarket transmission cooler. The cost is $200 to $600 installed. A quality unit B&M supercooler, Hayden Automotive 679, comparable products with documented performance data, drops your ATF temperature 30 to 50 degrees under sustained towing load. That 30 to 50 degree reduction is the difference between fluid running in the breakdown zone and fluid running in the safe zone. For a $200 part, it is the single highest return modification any truck that tows can have. Third, change your transmission fluid every 30,000 to 45,000 miles if you tow regularly. Not the lifetime fluid recommendation from the manufacturer. That recommendation was written for normal driving, not sustained towing at elevated ATF temperatures. A transmission fluid change at an independent shop runs $100 to $200. A transmission replacement runs $500 to $6,000. Pick which bill you'd rather pay. None of this requires the manufacturer to change the sticker number. All of it is available to you right now on the truck you already own. The tow rating on your window sticker is not a lie, exactly. The test that produced it is a real test, with real protocols that runs on a real truck. The number that comes out is accurate for those specific conditions, for that specific duration, with that specific equipment. What it isn't is a sustained safe limit for regular towing in the real world. And the distinction between those two things is worth roughly $5,000 if you don't know it exists. Manufacturers compete on that sticker number because buyers use it to choose trucks. A higher number wins more sales. Nobody competing for your purchase has an incentive to print the number that actually protects your drivetrain on sustained tows, because that number is always smaller than the one on the sticker. Now, you have both numbers. Sound off in the comments. Have you pulled at or near your rated max for any length of time? What happened, and did you have the tow package or not? The answers in this section are real data for every truck owner who hasn't hit this wall yet. Hit subscribe. This is Truck Truth HQ. Because the next video, we are going after the diesel fuel economy numbers manufacturers advertise at the pump versus what you're actually going to get hauling in the real world. That video is coming.